Morning, everyone. Good morning. This morning we're going to be on the new package, week 4, day 1. We're going to be on the week 4, day 1. If you do not have the package, that is fine. Please just use a pencil and paper to copy down these answers. But once again, we are on week 4, day 1. Good morning. Glad to have you all with us this morning. Hope everybody had a beautiful weekend. Very relaxing but fun weekend. Hope you guys are staying safe and sound. Make sure you're practicing your social distance. Right now, there's a worksheet up. Once again, this is week 4, day 1. If you do not have this worksheet, please just pull out a sheet of paper. I want you to try to fill in the missing blocks. We are discussing fractions, decimals, and percent. Good morning. Once again, if you're just logging in, thank you for joining us this morning. But I want you to please try to fill in the missing blocks here. Please try to fill in the missing blocks. We're working on fractions, decimals, and percents. I'll give you guys like 2 more minutes, please. I see I had some of my 8th grade students there from last year. Thank you for joining, but I really encourage you to go log into your right live with your 8th grade math teacher. I really appreciate you trying to join our live because I know you missed us from last year, but you do have another important class you need to be in at this very moment. So please go join either Miss Fitch or Miss Green or Miss Hart Tyson's live. Thank you. All right. Looking at the first one they gave you for the fraction of 1/2, correct? Can anybody put in the comment section what would we do to convert the fraction 1/2 to a decimal? Can you please put that in the comment section? What would I do to convert the fraction 1/2 to a decimal? So we have some people giving us the answer of 0.5. Good job, Lisbeth. Genesis. Speed Boy. I think that's Randy. Genesis, we're on week 4, week 4, day 1. It was the new package you guys should have picked up last week from the school. Week 4, day 1. Now, for all the answers that's been submitted so far have been correct. Good job. But can anybody tell me or put in the comment section, how did you get that answer? Good job, Lay Toppin and King Grant. Retard. Go 2 times to the left. Good job. So, I see someone said go 2 times to the left, but you cannot move 2 times to the left unless you initially have a decimal. Okay? So right now we start out working with a fraction. I want to know in the comment section, how do you convert a fraction to a decimal? That's what I want to know. How do you convert a fraction to a decimal? Multiply it by 100. That's what Elizabeth said. I got any other comments before I can do that? Good morning, Jelani. Good morning. Elizabeth says that it's 100. Okay. Anybody else? $100 divided by 2. Okay. So I haven't seen the correct answer, but we are somewhere in the ballpark. Okay, we are somewhere in the ballpark. Ms. Blythe says she forgot. It's okay. It is okay. Divide the numerator by 100. Randy, you pretty close there, sir. Let me see here. Okay. We almost in there. We was awesome. Good morning, sir. I guess he wasn't really trying to join. All right. So the way you're going to convert a fraction to a decimal, you're not dividing it by 100. Use real close, Randy. But you're going to divide the numerator, which is the top number, by the denominator, which is 2. So you're going to have 2 divided into 1. And when you set it up, it's going to look something like this right here. 2 divided into 1. Okay? So we know that 2 is bigger than 1. Okay? So that's why we put our we put our decimal and add a 0. Okay? 2 cannot go into 1. So you put your 0 and you move over. Therefore, 2 goes into 10 5 times. 5 times 2 is 10. So if you worked it out, it's going to look like this right here. And as you can see, I divided my denominator of 2 into my numerator of 1. 2 cannot go into 1. So I put my 0, and I add my decimal and a 0 here. So now 2 goes into 10 5 times. 5 times 2 is 10. That gives you 0, so you are done. Okay? So that is how I came up with a decimal of 0.5. Okay? So now we know that 1/2 as a fraction converts to 0.5 as a decimal. So now, can you put in the comment section, what do I do to convert a decimal to a percent? What do I do to convert a decimal to a percent? What are the rules? Okay, Darian. Good job. Good job, Darian. Darian said move the decimal 2 spaces to the right. So if I wrote down the decimal of 0.5, correct? And I moved it 2 places to the right, like Darian said. 1, 2. I will start here, 0.5. And when I move it twice, that's 1, 2. Okay? Which gives me 50. And then you must please do not forget to add your percent because they're asking for a percent. Okay? They are asking for a percent. So we know that, we know that this is how it should look so far on your paper. Okay? I'm sorry, there we go. You got 1/2 as a fraction, 0.5 as a decimal, converted to 50%. Okay? Good morning, patience. So now I want you guys, ladies and gentlemen, to try to convert the next step, the next row, which they gave you a decimal of 0.3. I want you to convert it to a percent and convert it back to a fraction. So first we're going to work with the fraction part. Will anyone like to join the live and tell me how to convert a decimal to a fraction? Will anyone like to join the live and tell me how to convert a decimal to a fraction? Good morning, Ms. Rucker, Ms. Patience. Glad to have y'all with me. Ms. Goodman, good to have you with me this morning. So can anyone in the comment section or would you like to join the live to please explain how do you convert a decimal to a fraction? So Elizabeth, you gave the answer, which is correct. Good job. But I want to know, how did you come up with that answer? That is what I want to know right now. How did you come up with that answer? No one can tell me? The answers y'all are giving me are correct. So Elizabeth said the 3 is in the, what is it in? That's correct, Elizabeth. Finish your sentence for me, please. The 3 is in the 10th place. Okay, the 3 is in the 10th place, so it's 3/10. Okay, good job. Good job. That is correct. Always look at the place value, okay? Always look at the place value of where the number is placed, okay? Remember, behind the decimal, there's no ones placed. It starts with the tenths, okay? It goes tenths, hundreds, thousands, 100,000, okay? So therefore, this 3 is in the 10th place, so you put 3/10. Always make sure we're talking about the fraction piece, though. You got to make sure. You have to make sure. In the comment section, can you please answer my question? When you submit an answer as a fraction, or before you submit your answer as a fraction, you always need to make sure the fraction has been what? Before you submit your answer as a fraction, always make sure the fraction has been what? Can anyone finish that sentence for me, please? Good job, Ms. Blyther. Simplify. That is correct. Very good job. Good job. Ms. Brinkley, good job. Always make sure your fraction has been simplified or reduced. Okay? Simplified or reduced. Good job, everyone. So, right quick, I want y'all to do the next 3. Okay? I want you to do the next 3. All right. You're going to do 25% converted to a decimal and a fraction. You're going to do 150% converted to a decimal and a fraction. And you're going to do 45% converted to a decimal and a fraction. Okay. So right now my time has 10:14. I'm going to give you guys until 10:17 to complete that, please. I'm sorry, 10:18. 10:18. If you honestly can't do it, just give me whatever you can. I just want you to try it. Right now, for those who are just joining, okay, we're trying to convert 25%, 150%, and 45% back to a decimal and a fraction. Do not put the answers in the comment section until you are asked, please. Make sure with your fraction that it has been simplified or reduced. You have about 2 more minutes. We have 1 more minute. Once again, we are converting 25%, 150%, and 45% to decimals and fractions. For those who possibly just joined us, we're working on week 4, day 1. Okay, week 4, day 1. All right, here we go. Time is up. So the first one would be 25%. In the comment section, can you tell me what is 25% as a fraction? What is 25% as a fraction? What is 25% as a fraction? So I see someone said 1/4. I see someone said 25 over 100. Darren, you gave it to me as a decimal, so I asked for a fraction. 25 over 100, 25 over 100, 25 over 100. Okay. Okay, Avion said 1/4. Said 1/4. Okay, so right quick. Here's my question. Those of you who said 25/100, you took the percent number and put it over 100, which is correct. But I just asked you, before submitting your answer as a fraction, what must you do? And we said that you must simplify or reduce. Okay? So 25/100 will reduce to 1/4. So the correct answer is 1/4. All right? Good job, Avion, Randy, Namaya, Lisbeth. Correct. You must simplify, okay? Please remember, anytime you have a fraction with a denominator that is very big, anything over the number 10, anytime you have a a denominator of 10 or more, always double check to see if it can be simplified or not, okay? 25/100. 100 is a big number. So more than likely that can be always reduced to a smaller fraction. Okay, so the correct answer is 1/4. So good job to everyone. To everyone, good job. Now, what is 25% as a decimal? What is 25% as a decimal? So when you put your answer in the comment section, also explain how. How do you convert a percent to a decimal? Good job. Good job. But how do you convert a percent to a decimal? Good job, Genesis, Lisbeth. All the answers that are being inputted right now are correct. But I want to know how. For those who are not sure, how do you convert a percent to a decimal? Good job, Demaya. Namaya. I see my man Joe Blake in here this morning doing a good job. Appreciate you for joining us, sir. Move the decimal over 2 places to the left. That is correct. Good job, Dior. DR XX Naya. Good job. You must remove the percent sign first, then move the decimal 2 places to the left. That is correct. That is correct. Good job. So go ahead and input your answers for the 150% and the 45%. Good job, ladies and gentlemen. I appreciate the engagement this morning. So for the next 15 seconds, I want you to put in the comment section the decimal and the fraction for 150% only. 150% only. What is 150% as a decimal and what is it as a fraction? Okay. King Ant said 3/2. I can take that. Lisbeth said 1.5. I can take that. Darian said 1 1/2 and 1.5. I can take that. Dior said 1.5. Genesis said 1.5. Calera said 1.5. Avion said 3/2. Good job. Good job. Good job. Ms. Blyther said 1.5. Randy said 1.5. All those are correct answers. Good job, everyone. Good job. Now, for the next 15 seconds, I want you to put the fraction and the decimal for 45%. I want you to input your answers, how to convert the 45% to a decimal and to a fraction. Genesis said 0.45 as a decimal. That is correct. The cute Tez dot Anna, 0.45. Miss Wallace, Alicia said 0.45. So everyone has the correct answer for the decimal. Everyone has the correct answer for the decimal, 0.45. Good job, Demaya. Now, who can give it to me as a fraction? Who can give me 45% as a fraction? Please remember, when it comes to that fraction, you must always make sure it has been simplified before you submit your answer. Make sure it has been simplified before you submit your answer. A lot of you giving me that denominator of 100. Remember, I just told you, whenever you have a large number as a denominator, that is a clue or a hint that it can be simplified. That is correct, Ms. Rucker. Simplify it. Everyone is giving me 45 over 100. Both of those are large numbers. Ms. Blyther said 4 over 5. Randy said 9 over 20. Namaya said 9 over 20. So 9 over 20 is correct. 9 over 20 is correct. All right. If you took the 45%, drop the percent sign, and put it over 100, you're going to have 45 over 100. But both of those numbers can be reduced or simplified by 5. Okay? It can be reduced or simplified by 5. What I mean by that is, I'm going to write this down on paper for you so you guys can see it. That is how you will work this out, okay? See, I have 45 over 100. They both can be divided by 5, okay? They both can be divided by 5. So 45 divided by 5 is going to give me 9. 100 divided by 5 is going to give me 20. Okay? Please remember, when you are reducing or simplifying, you must write down all of the factors of each number. Write down all of the factors of each number. And then you circle the greatest common factor that they share. And then you divide the numbers by that. Okay? If I write down the factors of 45, 5 is one of them. If I write down the factors of 100, 5 is one of them. Okay? So then I'm going to divide both numbers by 5 and reduce it to 9 over 20. 9 over 20. Okay? Any questions? Now, for homework, you're going to finish the next two on your own, but we're going to slide on down the page some, okay? We're going to slide on down the page some. Give me 1 second here. This should be your next page right here. All right. Would anyone like to join the live and read those instructions out for me, please? Or read that small scenario there? No one? All right, cool. It says, have you heard a weather forecast say there's a 40% chance of rain tomorrow, or a football referee tell a team there's a 50-50 chance of getting their heads on a coin toss to determine which team starts the game? These are probability statements. In this lesson, you're going to investigate probability and how likely it is that some events would occur. All right? It says below here, in order to better understand probability and chance, consider the images below. So they gave you 3 different images. These top 4 here are considered planets. So we're just going to say they're called the planets. These 2 here will be your owls. These 2 here will be your butterflies. Okay? So it says, if you were to cut these items out and put them in a bag and pick one out, which image do you think you will pull and why? Good morning, Samuel. Glad to have you with us, sir. So once again, it says if you were to cut these items out and put them in a bag and pick one out, what image do you think you will pull and why? Okay, so what you're going to do here, no, you're not going to cut them out. Don't worry about that. First, you're going to count how many we have total. How many images do we have total right here? How many images do we have total? All right, correct, Dior. We have 8 images. So the total number that you have will represent your denominator. Okay? The total number that you have will represent your denominator. So my denominator is going to be 8. Okay? Because that is the total number that we have. Now, the question says, if you were to cut the items out and put them in a bag and pick only one out, what image do you think you would pull out and why? So in the comment section, I want you to tell me, would you pull out a planet? Would you pull out an owl? Or would you pull out a butterfly? Which one do you think you would pull out and why? So give me your answer and a quick reason. Give me your answer and a quick reason. A short phrase. Okay? One sentence. A lot of you are saying planets. Okay, but tell me why. Some people say because there's more of them, you have a chance. There are 4 of them. Okay, so I have to agree with you because there are more of them. Okay, now we're going to take this back to what we just did. Okay, if I ask you to give me a percentage, what is a percent right now that you would draw out a planet? What would that percentage be? Avian said planet because the chance is high because there are 4 of them. Okay, I like the responses. Good job, everybody. But right now, I want you to give me a percentage. What is the percentage that you would pull out a planet? What is the percentage that you will pull out a planet? What is a percentage you would pull out a planet? You can't say, well, don't say 50-50. Give me a number with a percent because I'm asking for a percent. Good morning, Sean. Genesis said 50%. Okay. Okay. Let me see here. Would anybody like to join their live to explain? I do have a few kids that just said they're not quite sure. I respect, once again, I respect and like your honesty. I really do. So for those who are giving me the correct answer, a lot of you are, I see. Miss Blyther, would you like to join the live and explain how you came up with 50%, please? 50% is correct. Good job, everyone. No one wants to explain? Okay, so what I want you to do right now is write down on your paper, write down the word planet, because planet is correct. Write down planet, then write down owl, and then write down butterfly. Okay, now besides each name, I want you to write down the percent that it would, or that percent that you would have of picking out one. So we already agreed that for planet, it's going to be 50%. That is correct. But what is the percent for the owl and what is the percent for the butterfly? Write it down where on your pencil and paper that you have at home. As if you don't have the package. If you have the package, then just write it down on those 2 lines right here. Okay? If you have the package, write it down on these 2 lines. So we agree that for the planet, it's going to be a 50% chance of you pulling one of those out of the bag. What is my percent of pulling out an owl out of the bag or pulling a butterfly out of the bag? Are they both 25%? King Gang said butterfly 25, owl 25, Avion said 25. Sean said 25. Okay, good job. So they are both 25%. They both are. Okay. So if you know that the total is going to be 8, remember the total number represents your denominator. For the owl, there are only 2 of those. Okay. So however many there are, that number will represent your numerator. So you're going to have a fraction of 2 over 8, which reduces to 1 over 4. And we all know, going back to our previous problem that we just did, 1/4 as a fraction converts to 25%. Okay, so here we go. There was a total of 8, and there was 4 planets. So 4 over 8 reduces to 1/2. And we know that 1/2 as a percent is 50%. Okay, so for my planet, it was 50%. Now for the owl and the butterfly, there was 2 of each of them. So if I put 2 over 8, because once again, 8 is the total number, right? That's going to represent your denominator. 2 is however many there were, which there was only 2 owls or 2 butterflies. So that represents my numerator. 2 over 8 reduces to 1 over 4. Okay? And 1 over 4 we know as a percent is 25%. It's 25%. All right? So good job. Good job. All right? So let's discuss my next question here. It says, let's say these images are part of a game. The winner of the game is the first person to pull out a planet. Is this a fair game? Why or why not? Why or why not? So I'm sorry. So Lisbeth, in these top 2 what we just passed on from, I just want you to write down the planet will be 50%. Owl and butterfly will each be 25%. Okay? Now to answer the first part, said what image do you think you will pull? You think you will pull a planet first because it is more of them. So answer the question. Which image do you think you will pull first? You would say planets because there's more of them. And then after you write that sentence, I want you to write the percentage of each one of them. So let's say these images are part of a game. The winner of the game is the first person to pull out a planet. Is this a fair game? Why or why not? So I see King Grant said no because there's a better chance that the planet will be picked first. Okay. Anybody else? I like your comment, King. King Ant. Anybody else would like to comment on what he said? Once again, the images are part of a game. It said the winner of the game is the first person to pull out a planet. Is this a fair game? Why or why not? Miss Namaya said no because there's more planets. So essentially what you two are saying is because there's more planets, whoever goes first are more than likely to pull out one of those planets. That can somewhat be true. Okay. Hmm. I didn't even know I had scrolled down too far. You guys can see the answer I have on my page. Okay. All right, moving on. All right, move on to the next page here. Move on to the next page. It says the probability of selecting a planet is greater than selecting an owl or a butterfly. That is correct. That is correct. All right. It says below, and let me blow this up, so. All right. The probability of selecting a planet is greater than the probability of selecting an owl or a butterfly. That is correct. All right. It says below are three different spinners. Below are three different spinners. You win if your spinner lands on a designated color. On which spinner is the green likely to win, unlikely to win, and equally likely to win? So I want you to take the three spinners we have here at the bottom. Spinner A, spinner B, and spinner C, right? And above them, I want you to write, is this one likely to win, unlikely to win, or equally likely to win, okay? I want you to think it's 10:41. I'm going to give you until about 10:44, 10:43, that's 2 minutes, to label each spinner, A, B, or C. Are they likely to win, unlikely to win, or equally likely to win? Okay? So once again, what we're doing right now, we are labeling each spinner. We are labeling them to decide, okay? Now, in the comment section right quick, for spinner A, only for spinner A, what did you guys label spinner A as? Did you label it as likely to win, unlikely to win, or equally likely to win? Only for spinner A. Dior and Debrat, I need y'all to focus and pay attention, please. Clara said A is equally going to win. Genesis said equally. Elizabeth said equally. Alicia said equally. Tell me why. Why did you say equally, though? Equally is correct, but tell me why. Can anyone tell me why? Once again, equally is correct, but I want to know why. Someone said because it's half and half. Okay. Because they're both in halves, 50-50. Because they both have half of the circle. Okay. Good job, good job, good job. Now, for the next 15 seconds, what did you label spinner B as? We already used equally, so did you label it as likely to win or unlikely to win? That is correct. Good job. Good job. Now, once again, for the next 15 seconds, though, we're only referring to spinner A. Only referring to spinner A. I'm sorry, my bad. Spinner B. Spinner B. Is spinner B likely to win or unlikely to win? Okay. And why is it? Why is it likely? Likely is correct, but tell me why. Why is it likely? Because they're mostly green than red. Okay. Because green is taking up more of the circle. Okay. That is correct. That is correct. And then we know that spinner C is going to be labeled as unlikely because it's more red than it is green. So listen up, please, before you guys leave. I really appreciate your engagement and your involvement today. I really appreciate you guys giving me answers in a timely manner. Okay? I need for you, ladies and gentlemen, to go log on to Clever. When you log on to Clever, go to Edulastic. Your exit ticket is on Edulastic. Okay? Today is Monday. Your exit ticket is due by 12 o'clock tomorrow. Okay? I'm sorry, we'll just say 5 o'clock. I can give you till 5. Please go into Clever, log on to Edulastic to do your exit ticket. Okay? I will post on my page to make sure you guys remember. It is due tomorrow by 5 o'clock. When you log in, it's going to say Map Exit Ticket 420. It will have the date beside it so you know which one to choose. Okay? Elizabeth, I want to say it's either 3 or 4 questions. All right? Once again, go to Clever, go to Edulastic. Make sure you click the one that says Map Exit Ticket 420. Okay? Map Exit Ticket 420. Please do so. Also, make sure you guys are logging in doing some of your already lessons also. That is very important. All right? Okay, Clever. If there are not any questions, once again, please continue to monitor, periodically check my page for any information. Okay, I will put up there when we end this session about where to go to do the exit ticket, just to remind you guys, and that it is due tomorrow before 5 p.m. Before 5 o'clock p.m. Okay, please do not forget. All right. If you do not have any questions, you may have a nice day. Please stay safe. Please practice your social distance. Okay? And once again, if you need any help with math, you can reach out to myself, Miss Felice, or Mr. Winley. All right. Have a nice day.